Hi, Nicholas here. Would you like to locate notes on the piano instantly with your eyes closed and your fingers will be able to locate the notes? Hi, I'm Nicholas and welcome to the Akousunesis method. Lesson 1, learn piano notes instantly. Throughout this lesson, we're going to have exercises, and there'll also be an exercise section at the end of the lesson. Well, there's also a Q&A section at the end of the lesson for my online students. This entire lesson is a PowerPoint presentation, and a PDF document is available in the description below. Okay, so let's begin. How to remember note names. This little fella behind me is just here to remind me not to get straight to the point. He just keeps on yapping on. Okay, so we're going to look at this image here. The white notes here is just the alphabet, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And we'll start on C. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Okay. Now, in order to find these notes instantly, we're going to visualize the keyboard as two groups of notes, group 1 and group 2. So you can see here that group 1 is the 2 black notes with the 3 white notes underneath. Group 2 is the 3 black notes with the 4 white notes underneath. And the keyboard is just a repeated pattern of group 1 and group 2. So there's only 12 notes if we count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's only 12 notes. Okay. Now, in order to find the white notes, we need to visualize the black notes first. And we're looking for the little gap between the 2 and the 3 notes. And the first thing our eye is drawn on is that gap. That's the first thing we see when we look down that gap, right? So we use that to locate the position of the white notes. Now, the black notes are just named from the white notes. You can see that the 2 black notes on group 1, we've got C, C sharp, D, D sharp. It's also D flat and E flat. And the same goes with the 3 black notes, F sharp, G sharp, and A sharp. And a flat note is the note directly to the left. So if we have a D, we've got D flat, we've got E, we've got E flat, we've got G, we've got G flat, we've got A flat, B flat, right? Now, you never count up to find a note. So I've seen this with some younger students, and they're just learning the notes for the first time, and they're trying to count up to find the notes. What's A? What's A? Well, they know C, so they go C, D, E, F, right? Never do that. Never, ever count up to find a note, ever. We need to find this note instantly, and I'm going to show you how to do it, okay? Now, the first thing we're going to do, we're going to put our hands on the keyboard. So we're going to do this while our hands are on the keyboard. We're just going to place a finger, the thumb, on C, index, D, E on the middle, ring on F, G on the pinky, okay? In the Akousunesis method, we don't use finger numbers, and you're going to see that a few times. There's a reason why. It's because we identify intervals. So let's get back to it. Yep, he's going again. Yeah, okay, I've got it. All right, here we go. C, right? So the first thing, we're going to look at find the 2 black notes of group 1, and the leftmost black note is C. We're also going to do this with our eyes closed. So close your eyes, right? Well, you've got every finger and every note. Close your eyes and see the 2 black notes in your head. Now, if you can't visualize it, just look down at the keyboard, right? And then close your eyes and visualize it again, okay? You visualize it. You see the 2 black notes. Your thumb is C, right? Your thumb is C, right? The note on the left is C, right? The note on the right is E. Now, do you see we're not going C, D, E? We're just jumping, okay? C and E. And then D is the note in the middle of the 2 black notes. So we're still on group 1. We're visualizing that group 1. And we can see C is on the left, E is on the right, D is on the middle, E is on the right, C is on the left, D is in the middle, right? So we're jumping. The same we're going to do with F, but we're not going to move our hand to F, right? We're just going to keep our hand here. And we're going to play the note as we say it too. So we're going to look and visualize the 3 black notes with the 4 white notes underneath, okay? And our ring finger is on the F, okay? Our ring finger's on the F. So we visualise the 3 black notes, and we got F, right, is the first white note on the left. B, right, we're gonna move our finger, our pinky, up to B, right? And that is the first white note on the right of that group 2, okay? Now, what we're also doing with these exercises, we're getting in our head the distances our fingers have to move also, right? Because that will become muscle memory, right? In our system, muscle memory is one of our last associations of all the memory associations we have. All right. We'll get onto that. You're going to learn more in this course. You're going to learn a lot. And my friend here is going to keep me on track, so I'm just giving you the information you need at the time, okay? Let's go. I've got this covered. Okay, now the 2 notes in the middle, we've still got our fingers, right, on the keyboard. The pinky's on G, and we just move the pinky up to A. G, A, G, A, G. And we can close our eyes and visualise. We want to visualise our whole entire hand on that group 1 and group 2. But then we're going to focus on group 2. We know our pinky's on G. G, A, G, G, A. And we're going to go slower. G, A. The reason we're going to go slower, students tend to, especially young students, in my experience, they tend to always rush. They want to show how fast they are, okay? Your ear won't develop if you're going too fast. You've got to go slowly, right? So you're actually listening as well for that tone. It's all going in the subconscious, right? So going slow enables your ear to hear what's going on. C, G, C, G. Sorry, G, A, G, A. Now, this is another good point. Your brain and your mouth, right? Sometimes your mouth makes mistakes, but your fingers know what they're doing. Do you notice that I said the wrong letter there, but my finger knew where it was? What we're doing with the verbally, we're just trying to get our hand into our memory, like from our brain into our hand, and the mouth is a middle step. It's the middle step, so we can actually learn the theory. So we need to say these things, G, A, G, A. But what we're going to do eventually is be able to just look, G, A, G, A, and at the same time we'll be able to hear. Right? Let's continue. All right, so group 1, again, we're going to visualise the 2 black notes, right, of group 1, and the note on the left, okay, is C sharp. Now you can find that C sharp two ways. You can visualise the space between the 2 black notes, right? And you can find the C note, and then it's just a sharp note is the note to the right, right? That's one way to visualise it. But what we really need to do is be able to know that C sharp instantly by knowing that C sharp. And this is what this exercise is doing. So we're going to keep our fingers. We're not going to move our hands up to the black notes. We're still going to keep them. And we're going to get to C sharp, right? We're going to use our index finger, right? And then we're going to go to D sharp. So we're going to do that, right? C sharp, D sharp, D sharp, C sharp. And then we're going to close our eyes and visualise what we're doing. So not only are we're looking down to find these, we're visualising them in our head, D sharp. And we're going to visualise the group first, then the note, and then say the note in our head. And we're just going to read what we see in our head, right? Always read what you see in your head. So first visualise the group, visualise the note, so the entire group, visualise the note, then say the note, right? It's D sharp, say the note. It's C sharp, D sharp, D sharp, C sharp, okay? And we're going to continue. Same, we're going to visualise group 2. We're going to still keep our hand, on the C in this particular exercise. In another exercise, we can move our hand up to the F, okay? But for now, we're just going to keep our hand on the C, okay? Now, 3 black notes of group 2. The leftmost black note is F sharp, right? Now, we can get to F sharp 2 ways. The index finger, the ring finger can just go up, slide up, or the pinky can just go down. So we can get to that 2 ways. there's F sharp, okay? Now, visualize again, the group 2, 3 black notes, the white black note is A sharp, and we're going to stretch our finger like that. Now, when you stretch it, you see your fingers move off the keys. We want to come back to that position, okay? Right, and come back. So we're just getting used to distances too here. All right, we're just getting used to where we have to flow. All right, so that's G sharp. The note in the A sharp, the note in the middle is G sharp. Okay, in group 2 again, note in the G sharp. Right. So we close our eyes. Right, bring our eyes here, and we go G sharp, F sharp, A sharp, G sharp. Right, and back on G, back on G. Make sure you go slower. See how it's going too fast? We want to, because we're saying it, and our verbally it's slower than just doing it. When eventually you learn, you won't be saying notes and things. You only use that to learn. And once we learn, it's a natural process from our brain to our hands without saying. But when we're learning, we want to say it, okay? Right, so we've got G sharp here, right? F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, F sharp. All right, we're going to use our pinky here. Okay, also, we also need to remember the black notes as flats, okay? We have to remember that as well. So we've got D flat, E flat. So we start with find the 2 black notes of group 1. The leftmost black note is D flat. The rightmost black note is E flat. Then we have G flat. So I'll just move my pinky, shorten my pinky. Then we have B flat. And then we have A flat in the middle. So practical exercises. So, as I mentioned before, the Akousunesis method does not use finger numbers. We name our fingers thumb, index, middle, ring, and pinky. Okay, both hands. Okay. Exercise 1. You need to know the note names instantly. So practice with your eyes closed. Okay. So these are exercises you can do at home, and you can do this anywhere without a piano. Just shut your eyes, visualise group 1, visualise the 2 black notes with the 3 white notes, and start visualising and say them. So we close our eyes and we just look. We go C, E, D, C. All right, and we're looking, okay? We've got C sharp, and we've got D sharp. We've got C sharp. These are the left one. D sharp's on the right one, okay? All right. So that's one exercise we can do when we're away from the piano, right? You could do that anytime. When we're at the piano, just put your hands on it, close your eyes, put your hands on the notes, right, as I have them here, and just go C, E, D, C, E, D, C, right? C sharp, D sharp, C sharp, C sharp, right? And practice alternate fingers here. Practice your little finger, your middle finger, and I'm going to show you exactly how we're going to do this as we go. Practice saying the notes in your head, visualise the groups of the notes, and then read the notes you see in your head. Do this randomly, never count up. So never do it in order, just pick randomly notes, right? And you can do this visualise. So, group 2, the note in the middle is G sharp, right? Come back to, group 1, the note in the white note in the middle is D, the white note on the right is E, white note on the left C, and then go back. B flat, we know B flat, right? So it's the first black note of group 2, We know A flat's the note in the middle of group 2, that type of idea. And keep us just jumping all over the place, but you've got to practice this to recognise your notes instantly. The more you learn and the more you play, this is just going to be natural. It'll come natural. And if you try to say it each time, you will make mistakes, so don't worry about making those mistakes. But your brain to your hand doesn't make mistakes. Well, I mean, it can make mistakes, but it's more of a direct path, and that's where we're aiming to be. But we need to say things to be able to get to that point. So practice randomly playing notes on the piano. Say each note out loud to reinforce the note into your memory, okay? So we want to say them too. So we'll visually. So before we get to eyes closed, we just look down. C, E, D, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, D, C, and so forth. Place your right hand on the notes shown. Close your eyes and visualize the notes. So you can see here what we have. We've got all the finger positions. So we've got thumb there on C, index on D, middle on E, ring on F, pinky on G. And you can see we're going to, with the F sharp there, we can either use our ring finger or our pinky finger, right, to reach that. With D sharp, we can either use our middle or index finger to reach it, right? And then when we're going to use our pinky on A sharp, A sharp over here, A flat over here, okay? And we've got A there, and we've got B over here. And, excuse me. So we're just going to use our pinky to reach all these, right? That's the first, another exercise. The left hand, we're going to do the same, exactly what you did with the right hand. My camera at the moment only shows this little section of the piano. I'm getting another stand. They don't need to know all that, but the next lesson. So the left hand the same, but you can see with the left hand, I'll just have to move my left hand up here. So you got the pinky now here. Now you can bring your pinky, you're going to try this, bring your pinky on the C sharp, ring on D, D sharp. You can either do your ring or your middle finger. So whatever you do, you're just mirroring what you did with your right hand, but with your left hand. Do them separately. Practice your right hand, practice your left hand. Then you can practice doing them together.